Hey everybody, it's Kelsey. This is Essentially Booked. Thank you for stopping by my channel today. And today we're going to do a December reading wrap up. I only did 10 days of Vlogmas because I got burnt out. So I'm sorry, but it's fine. We're still going to get the content that I planned on posting. I did not read a ton of books. Like I said, 2025, I've been in a reading slump. And even starting, I feel like I'm slow in 2026. But I'm just feeling more into reading and I'm excited about that. I have a drive to read more. So hopefully my number ticks up again to be something a little more consistent to what I'm used to reading. But reading 6 books is still reading 6 books, and that's really good. So I really should not be putting any pressure or feel bad about it. And I need to tell myself that just as much as anybody else. I just got my hair done today. I literally just got back and it's just my hair. I went outside, it's super windy, and I have some, I have a alfalfa hair right here. That's just, it's gonna be my friend tonight. Okay. So I read 3 romances and 3 general fiction or 3 non-romance novels. The first one I read was From Lukov with Love by Mariana Zapata. This is a figure skating romance about a couple who are paired together despite being enemies to lovers. The thing about Mariana Zapata, this one's not one of my favorites. She is the queen of slow burn. So if you love slow burn, her books are so good. This one just is not my favorite. My favorite is The Wall of Winnipeg, or The Wall of Winnipeg and Me, I think is what it's called. But this was fun, fine. I gave it 2 stars. It was not my favorite by far because the main heroine is just very woe is me and some of her problems are self-caused. And then the hero is great, but he's like a cinnamon roll at the end, which is fine, but I don't know. Their just relationship to me was annoying, and that's why I gave it 2 stars. And then I read The Christmas Fix by Lucy Score. This was on my TBR. It's a book that I had on my shelf, so it's one book off my unread shelf, which is pretty exciting. I think I got this last year for Christmas. This is about kind of a home renovation show competition. It almost made me think of the one that had Ty on it. I can't remember, but this town had just been hit by a hurricane and it's on the East Coast and they're not used to the level of water that came in. And it was like a Hurricane Helene type, the hurricane came inland and then there was flash flooding and all of that. And this town is called Mary. So they really hype that up by hosting a Christmas festival every year. And that's just kind of the theme of the town. And they need to get this up and running so that they can make money for the town to help with the recovery effort. So the main heroine comes in and she's a reality TV star, fixer-upper type person for buildings, and they are going to revitalize the community, but she's butting heads with a city manager who is, the show had already come and filmed the town for one family in need previously, and it was really good, but he just has some weird misconceptions about reality TV, so he's just butting heads because he doesn't want the town to become this sensation, one-hit wonder, kind of like a pity party. And she's got a good heart, and really her intent is to truly help this community because she loves it. So of course, enemies to lovers again, butts heads, they fall in love. It was cute. I gave it 3 stars. It wasn't my favorite Lucy Score because I think Lucy Score really does write great romance. I love her romances. This just was one of the weaker ones in my opinion. It was almost too saccharine and sweet for me. I want a little more grit and real. But 3 stars, it was fine. And then the next book that I finished was The Correspondent by Virginia Evans. I already talked about this in my best books of the year video, but I freaking loved this book. It's all epistolary. It's a curmudgeonly old woman who used to be a lawyer, is retired, she's going blind, and she's writing to just various people throughout her life. It is so good. I adored it. I could not recommend this more. It is just a really good read to read in a time when connection and community is hard, and how connection and community can make you a better person. This is wonderful. The next book I read is For the Record. Now that I'm looking at my list, 3 of the books on my 6 were in my best books of the year, which is funny. So anyways, For the Record, another romance novel that I read. This one was also a 3-star. It was fine. It's about a rock star and a pop star. They've always kind of been a misconnection, but there's definitely something there, or there's always been something there, but just life circumstances make it really difficult to not happen. And they fall in love, you guys. No spoilers, but it was cute. I obviously don't remember a ton. So this was one of those 2 where I felt the conflict, the reason why they couldn't be together was just something that it was really not a conflict. They could figure this out. One of them has too many feelings and just presumes that things are the way that they are and they're actually totally different. Didn't vibe with me. I'm not that type of a person, so that's why it was just fine. And then The Gales of November is the next book I read. Loved this. It's about the sinking of the Edmund Fitzgerald on Lake Superior in 1975. It was the 50th anniversary this year. I thought the author did a really, really good job of handling the story with care because these families are still around and 29 people died and were never exhumed because Lake Superior does not give up its dead. It's too cold. They're in a grave. Like the ship was designated as a gravesite because of the families of the dead, and they're still there in the ship. And I think just he gave a really good telling of like the shipping industry and how it was regulated at the time and how it is now, explaining the Great Lakes and the shipping patterns of the Great Lakes. But also the Edmund Fitzgerald started on the North Shore. That's where the final journey started, and getting to see a lot of the places that we travel to a lot and giving context for like what we're seeing and how those places impact the community was really cool to me. Like it made this story so much more meaningful, and it's added more like to our Great Lakes adventures that we want to go on. So it's narrative nonfiction. It reads really, really well. So if you struggle with nonfiction, this is a really good one. And if you don't think you like you're not interested in this, honestly, it's some of the best nonfiction I've read in a really long time. And not just for the personal connections to it, but just he's a really good writer. And I think it's really interesting. The Great Lakes in general are so important to our country and to the world. I mean, like the auto industry a lot of them are based on the Great Lakes because of shipping and steel. So we're steel production in the United States, it's very important on the Great Lakes. Learning that like the mountains that we love to be in, the mountains, which are these, I mean, they're large, large hills, not like Rocky Mountain mountains, but like the Rockefellers owned that, which was really interesting to me. It was just cool to know also in the United States during World War II, the only active duty troops that were stationed like in active duty for World War II were on the Sioux Locks in the lake because it was like so important to shipping. It needed to be defended should it have gotten bombed or whatever, which I thought was really interesting. The impact that the Great Lakes have on our industries and our economy. It's different now, but like it just matters. Highly recommend. It talks about the song The Sinking of the Edmund Fitzgerald by Gordon Lightfoot and like how great of a person he was and how he handled that story with care. Made me tear up. It was really, really good. And then the final book I read is To Cage a Wild Bird by Brooke Fass. I read this in like a day. It gave me the Divergent Hunger Games craving that I needed, and it was fast paced. I couldn't put it down. It takes place in this prison called Endlock, and the city, it's like dystopia. It's dystopic, dystopia. The city that this takes place in, if you are accused or you're not even given a fair trial, but if you commit a crime, you are taken to this prison, and wealthy people can pay to kill you or to try to kill you in an arena style, kind of like the Hunger Games, like area. And there's like traps and various things, but the wealthier you are, the more you can buy. You can buy like upgrades and stuff. And these people are trying to escape, these inmates. It was just really clever. It was really well done, and I just could not put it down. It's already out. I highly recommend it if you're looking for your next like adult level Divergent or Hunger Games. It gave me the same vibes, but for adults. So that was it. I read 6 books, 1 nonfiction, 3 romance, 1 sci-fi dystopia, and then 1 general fiction. Pretty good month for December. Like I did not read nearly as much as I was planning on per usual, but it's fine. 2026 is feeling a little better, so that's good. That is December's reading wrap up. Thank you for watching. Bye.